Good morning everyone, welcome to my channel. So we are going to discuss about the heart. So in detail we will study the heart and its structure. So this is the first slide, we'll go on the next slide. So topics which are going to be covered are the external features of heart, and into it grooves or sulci, apex of the heart, base of the heart, borders of the heart, surface of the heart, and the types of circulation. So, a brief introduction about the heart. So, heart is a conical hollow muscular organ situated in the middle mediastinum, and it is enclosed with the pericardium, within the pericardium, and it pumps the blood to various parts of the body to meet their nutritive requirements. Almost every part of the body, heart it is heart who provides the blood and the other nutrients through the blood. So, in Latin, heart is called as the core, and in the Greek language, it is called as cardia. So we know the coronary arteries and all are related to the heart. The heart measures about 20 centimeter long, and it is around 8 to 9 centimeter wide and 6 centimeter from front to back. So this is the measurement, and it weighs around 300 gram in males and 250 gram in female. So next slide. So external features of the heart. The human heart has four chambers, and they are at the right and the left atria, the right and left atria, and the right and left ventricle. So the atria lie above and behind the ventricles. On the surface of the heart, they are separated from the ventricles by atrioventricular groove. So the atria and are separated each other by interatrial groove. The ventricles are separated from each other by an interventricular groove, which is subdivided into anterior and posterior parts. So the heart has the apex direct downward, forward, and to the left, a base direct backward, and three surfaces: anterior or sternocostal, inferior, and lateral. And the borders, the surfaces are demarcated by upper, inferior, right, and the left borders. So we can see here the apex, the atrioventricular sulcus, the inferior border here, and the right atrioventricular anterior part of coronary sulcus, and the right border and the upper border. Here are the all the borders and the structures of the heart. So groove or sulci, the atria are separated from the ventricle by a circular atrioventricular or coronary sulcus, which is divided into anterior and posterior parts. So anterior part consists of right and left halves. Right half is oblique between right auricle and the left ventricle. Lodging right coronary artery, left part is small, but left auricle and left ventricle lodges circumflex branch of left coronary artery. So the coronary sulcus is overlapped anteriorly by the ascending aorta and the pulmonary trunk. So the interatrial groove is faintly visible posteriorly, while anteriorly it is hidden by the aorta and the pulmonary trunk. The anterior interventricular groove is nearer to the left margin of the heart. It runs downwards and to the left. The lower end of the groove separates the apex from the rest of the inferior border of the heart, the posterior. The posterior interventricular groove is situated on the diaphragmatic or inferior surface of the heart. It is near to the right margin of the surface. The two interventricular grooves meet at the inferior border near the apex. So the apex of the heart is formed entirely by the left ventricle. It is directed downward, forward, and to the left, and is overlapped by the anterior border of the left lung. It is situated in the left fifth intercostal space 9 cm lateral to the mid-sternal line, just medial to the mid-clavicular line. In the living subject, pulsation may be seen and felt over this region. In children below the age of 2 years, apex is situated in the left fourth intercostal space in mid-clavicular line. So the base of the heart is also called its posterior surface. It is formed mainly by the left atria and by a small part of right atrium. In relation to the base, one can see the opening of the four pulmonary veins which open into the left atrium, and of the superior and inferior vena cava, which opens into the right atrium. It is related to the thoracic 5 to thoracic 8 vertebra in the lining posture and descends by one vertebra in the erect posture. It is separated from the vertebral column by the pericardium, the right pulmonary veins, the esophagus, and the aorta. So this is the structure all we now discuss. is right atrium, left atrium, right ventricle, inferior vena cava, superior vena cava, right pulmonary artery, left pulmonary artery, arch of aorta, left pulmonary veins, and left auricle, coronary sulcus, left ventricle, posterior interior groove, apex of the heart. So the borders of the heart, the upper border is slightly oblique and is formed by the two atria, chiefly the left atrium. The right border is more or less ventricle and is formed by the right atrium. It extends from superior vena cava to inferior vena cava. The inferior border is nearly horizontal and is formed mainly by the right ventricle. A small part of it near the apex is formed by the left ventricle. It extends from the interventricular inferior vena cava apex to the apex. The left border is oblique and is curved. It is formed mainly by the left ventricle and partly by the left auricle. It separates the anterior and left surface of the heart. It extends from apex to the left auricle. So the surfaces of the heart, the anterior or sternocostal surface is formed mainly by the right atrium and the right ventricle, and partly by the left ventricle and left auricle. So the left atrium is not seen on the anterior surface as it is covered by the aorta and the pulmonary trunk. Most of the sternocostal surface is covered by the lungs, but a part of it lies behind the cardiac notch of the left lung is uncovered. So the uncovered area is dull on perception. Clinically, it is referred to as the area of superficial cardiac dullness, and the inferior or diaphragmatic surface rests on the central tendon of the diaphragm. It is formed in its left two-third by the left auricle, and it is right one and third by the ventricles, right ventricle. It is transversed by the posterior interventricular groove and is directed downward and slightly backward. So the left surface is formed mostly by the left ventricle and at the upper end by the left auricle. It is upper part, the surface is crossed by coronary sulcus and it is related to the left phendric nerve, the left pericardiophendric vessels and the pericardium. So types of circulation that we can see in the heart are systemic circulation and the pulmonary circulation. So the left ventricle, the blood goes to the aortic valve, then to the aorta, then from the oxygenated blood to all the tissues except the lungs is being provided. Then the venous blood is collected, then the superior and inferior vena cava, it goes to superior and inferior vena cava and then to the right atrium. So in the pulmonary circulation, the blood goes from right ventricle to the pulmonary valve, then to the pulmonary trunk and pulmonary arteries, and only to the lungs. The deoxygenated blood gets oxygenated only in the lungs, and the four pulmonary veins to the left atrium. So now after studying this, we should know the clinical anatomy of it. So normally the cardiac apex, we know it's on the left side, of the mediastinal line, sternum line, because we in majority of it, but in some conditions like dextrocardia, the apex is on the right side. So the dextrocardia may be a part of condition called situs inversus, in which all the thoracic and abdominal viscera are a mirror image of normal. So this is the picture we can see. The apex is on the right side, instead it should be on the left side. So thanks for watching, guys. If you like our video, then subscribe to our channel and support us for making more videos. Thank you.